choices that we make. Your choices may be right, your choices may be wrong, but they never fail to teach you what it has to teach you. In life, even I made a couple of choices, and today I'm going to be sharing my journey with you. After completing my MBA, I was at the crossroads of my life. I was just searching for my calling. What do I wish to do? And believe me, one fine day, I shocked everybody when I quit my lucrative marketing manager job with a .com company to become a school teacher. But that's a choice I made. I took this leap of faith simply because I believed in one fact, that if you are passionate about something, you have to pursue it. You have to pursue something that makes your heart dance. You have to pursue something that makes you wake up in the morning with a smile on your face. You have to pursue something that makes you sleep peacefully in the night with the satisfaction that you have made the difference that you thought of. The choice was made. After joining the school, I initially joined the ICT department and later on joined the special needs department. One fine day I was delighted when I received an invitation to teach commerce to grade 10F students. Commerce and entrepreneurship, technology and education, these are the subjects which are so close to my heart, and I was overjoyed. But then later on, when I went to the staff room, I got to hear the gory story about this 28 innocent looking children. These are the children who had shown the disruptive behavior in the classroom, and they were the ones who were responsible for resignation of 2 teachers before I came into the picture. So I know what I was going into. But then, once again, I had a choice. I could have just joined the discussion that took place in the staff room and I could have simply talked bad about those children. But then, I choose to simply look for a solution. And I know this very well, that if I fail in looking for the solution, I'm the 3rd teacher that will resign. After talking to these children, for a couple of classes, I taught them for a couple of classes, and I just realized students are not the problem. The real problem is our education system, the way we are teaching. If you look at our education system, our knowledge is limited to the textbooks that are given to us, and the assessment of one's success and failure depends on the memorization of the textbook and something that you write within 3 hours of the test. No skills involved anywhere, no application, it is just theory. And even a subject like commerce, which is so practical in nature, we are teaching them within the 4 walls of the classroom. It is just like teaching somebody how to swim within the classroom, theoretically. Not possible. The disruption was the result of the faulty education system or the faulty methodology of teaching that we were following. Another thing which I had noticed, that in our education system, we compartmentalize knowledge. Once a student chooses to take up commerce or science or arts, you do not have access to any other knowledge or any other stream. And that is one of the problems, that we have unemployment. The engineers do not find the job, they are not fit for the industry. MBAs are once again not fit for the industry. Why? Simple reason. All engineers know is engineering. All the management students know is management. Whereas if you look at the real life expects this. Whenever you are solving any problem, you know that very well that you need to simply integrate different subjects and come to a solution. But this is missing. Having said that, I know that very well that with this jam, I cannot change the national education policy, nor I can change the school's policies, but I know that I have, within my circle of influence, I can do whatever that I want to do with my students in my class. And that is what I decided, that my focus in my class is going to be, I'll be focusing more on context of what we are learning rather than the content. The context simply tells you why you are studying this. What is the application of this knowledge? Whereas the content is simply you are studying because it is given in the book and it is part of syllabus based on which the test will be taken at the end of the year. So context is very, very important. Now, many times students come to me and ask me certain difficult questions to which even I don't have any answer. Many students have come to me and simply asked, "Ma'am, why are we studying trigonometry?" Believe me, if any one of you have the answer to that, I would like to meet you. I have not found the answer. Why are we learning trigonometry? What is the application of it? No idea. I simply took this determination that I'm going to give experiences to my students which will lead to better understanding of the content. It will help in development of the skills. And also there will be some value inculcation in the students. With this focus in mind, I introduced two projects. The first project, I call it Innovative Product and Marketing Competition. Now, in this particular competition, the rules are very simple. Students will have to make a team. They will have to look around their own community. They will have to spot a problem. And they will have to come up with an innovative solution to overcome that problem. Please pay attention, it is not the idea, but you have to have a working prototype of that innovative product. Seems very simple, but it is not. I'll give you a very simple example. The moment I simply say that you have to create your own team, the 17 and 18 years old will simply make their teams with their best friends. But there is a learning at the end of the competition that you are my best friend, but you are a lousy team worker. So a lot of learning happens at each and every step. So there are no other rules other than this. Now, it's not only that students will have to make the innovative product, but they will also have to make the entire marketing plan. Whatever product that you're making, it has to be marketable. You must have a target customer. You must have a pricing policy in place. You must be able to sell it to somebody if it hits the market in real sense. So these students simply make the entire marketing plan. They create the logo. They also make the newspaper and magazine advertisement. They also create the radio jingles. They also shoot the television advertisements. Just imagine the power. Somebody who is a commerce graduate is now talking about the sensors and the circuits. Somebody who is a commerce graduate is now talking about media. Somebody who is just a commerce graduate is now talking about how do I shoot this particular advertisement? How do I enact in this advertisement? How do I use certain technological tools that are needed in order to make this advertisement? How do I simply write the radio jingle and just pass on my message within the 15 seconds that I'm given? Imagine the power. That is where the real learning is happening. Now, apart from this, if you look at this, in this scenario, all the 21st century skills are also taken care of. Students are thinking critically, students are thinking creatively, students are collaborating. You cannot survive if the entire team is not working together. And students are also communicating. All the 21st century skills are covered. Not only that, these are the students who are also going into different various subjects. You are going into the science, you are going into the psychology, you are going into finances, you are going into product engineering. There are so many subjects that are integrated in this one particular competition. And believe me, you are learning so much without knowing that you are learning, and you are actually having such a lot of fun. So that is what innovative product and marketing competition are. I would like to share a couple of examples with you. Now, when I say innovation, it does not have to, students do not have to launch the satellite. It has to be something that is very, very simple, something that is happening within their own area, or somebody within their own households who have faced a problem. They are going to be solving that. I'll be sharing a couple of them with you right now. Vayu, it was a wind turbine. One of the teams, they had simply come up with this idea that we will be putting the wind turbines on top of the street lights on the highway, where the trucks and the cars are passing by, zooming by very quickly. And that is how we will simply be generating the electricity, and we will have none of our highways will ever be dark. Walk on, a very simple product. One of the teammates, their grandparents were used to go for walk in the garden, but all of a sudden they stopped. So on asking that, why they have stopped, they simply said that we cannot walk the full round of the garden. We are taking, this particular stand, but the thing is, we need to sit in between to simply complete the round. So over here, they have come up with this particular solution where it can be converted also into a chair. So you walk for a while, convert it into a chair, sit, and once again resume your walking. The third one is very close to my heart. It's a cloth shifter. During the monsoon, most of the housewives, they spend such a lot of time that when it rains, they have to simply take all the clothes which are being dried up, outside in the balcony. We know that very well. It rains and you have to simply run and collect all the clothes inside. And by the time you are done, it's bright and sunny outside. Yeah, so that particular process simply keeps on happening during the rainy day. They simply thought of this solution. They have created this device wherein you have this, clothes that are being outside, and with the pull of one lever, you can simply bring them inside. Once again, it is sunshine, pull of one lever, and you can simply bring them out again. It saves a lot of time of the housewives. Cyber is once again one of my favorites. There were many students who were used to remain absent during the rainy days. So students had come up with this particular innovation wherein they had provided the cover for the cycles as well as the scooters. So now, come rain or shine, students can come to school irrespective of any weather. Beggar jackets, once again, one of my favorites. I think everybody is aware that the use of plastic bags have been banned, and most of the times, whenever we go out shopping, we forget to carry the bag with us, and we end up paying money, for buying those other bags. So these kids have simply made changes in the jacket, put couple of zips and couple of buttons, wherein your regular jacket can be converted into a backpack. So whatever jacket that you're wearing, you simply, make few changes into that designing aspect, and then it becomes a backpack. No need for carrying any, bags with you. And of course, the Met Elram, that was the solution which was given by the students. can be used in the hospital and can also be used for the young mothers. This particular innovation talked about the sensor, which simply notifies the person when the bed is wet. So, it is helpful even in the hospitals, and it is also helpful in, so far as the young mothers are concerned. So these are just some of the examples. We have more than 250 such innovations, which are the outcome of this particular competition. Now, it's not only that, they make this particular innovative product, they also pitch it to the judges. It's a competition form, so they are pitching it to the judges. The next step which I'm going to be taking is, I'm going to connect this particular competition with the startups. So whatever is your innovative product, you can actually take it up, actually go out into the market, pitch it, get the funding, and get going with your real business. So that is innovative product and marketing competition for you. The second project which I have carried out, we call it Project Galaxy Bazaar. Now this is the project which is very, very close to my heart. Now in this project, prior to Diwali, what we do is, for 3 days, we convert our school, which looks like this, into a mall. We convert it into an entire bazaar. So you can simply see that there are so many things happening. We are targeting, like students are selling so many things related to the festivities. There are food zones, there are game zones, there are events happening. All right, so all of you got to know why we do this. Yeah, we do this for a reason. And our journey has been very, very interesting and enriching, starting with just 8,000 rupees as our net profit. I'm so glad to share it with you that with 13 years, we have crossed the donation, the profit and the donation of 1 crore to 30 lakhs of rupees by the students, for the students. Whether it is 8,000 rupees or 1 crore 30 lakhs of rupees, our objective has been the same. We are working on 2 things. There are 2 beneficiaries. One, my students are learning how to do the profitable business. And of course, they are also getting to know the values. Basically, I want them to become the conscious and compassionate citizens later when they grow up. And of course, the girls who otherwise will end up being the housemaids or the child brides are now getting an opportunity to get the quality education just like my students. When you do something good, of course, the world takes note. Only that, Galaxy Bazaar is being followed as the case study in many of the MBA colleges. Now, as I said, it is all about choices. I have made mine, and I'm very proud of it. How about yours? Thank you very much.